Hey everyone, thank you for coming to 302 Sobriety. I appreciate all my subscribers. I'm going to start talking about addiction, recovery, pain, emotion, things that affected me, how I learned, where I started, where I'm going, stuff like that. I'm going to try to make it quick, so bear with me. Please subscribe, notification button, comment if you want to see more of these videos. If not, I'm still going to run them. But I appreciate you guys. I'm going to start by giving you a little background about myself and how I think I got the addiction problem. And this goes not only for the users, but also families of users of any substance abuse. Okay, as an addict, as an alcoholic, primarily I'm an alcoholic, but I will take anything if I start drinking. That's I'm going to put that out there for you guys. And the ones that use, you understand what goes on. My thing is that I believe I got the gene from my family bloodline of alcoholism, of addiction. I'm going to put all substances in one category, which is addiction. Any substance. That means coffee, whatever you having a problem with, put it that way. For me, when I was young, when I was a child, being raised up by a Spanish family, what would happen is, as a baby, my mom would tell me in order to get me to drink water, because I didn't like water, they would put a little bit of sugar in it. So my first addiction is sugar. And this is what I'm saying. It is not that sugar, but as I got older, it was cookies. I couldn't have just 2 cookies. I couldn't have 3 cookies. I had to have the whole bag. And then it just kept progressing. At that time, it's not until I got older that I realized what the problem was. I would blame everything else. I would blame the food. I would blame other people. I would blame everything. I had to take a look at myself, and that comes with the steps that I took. And I think it's step 4, take inventory of yourself and write down what you need to do. Get the big book and read it. It's not only for addicts, it's for everyone. The book is there. Just because it says Alcoholics Anonymous, big book, it's not only for alcoholics, it's a title. In those pages, you'll see what everyone usually goes through. We can relate. I can relate. I can relate to everything that's in that book. I could also have a written out plan of what I need to do to keep it in my mind. That's the big thing, keeping it in your mind. I had to break the old habits. Well, from there, from the cookies, I went to, when my parents took me to an amusement park, I couldn't get enough of it. I didn't want to leave. I would throw a tantrum. That's when I started remembering. And looking back, it was the lifestyle and something that kept me going back to the excitement. And it was the pain. The person that said, no, you can't have any more, they were the bad person. That was an emotional feeling for me. So I wanted more of that feeling. Not more of the bad feeling, of the no feeling. I wanted less of it. So I kept taking more. And then I started graduating in grammar school, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, and I just kept on going. High school was Quaaludes, acid, pot, you name it. And from there, it was college. Everything was basically alcohol. Sometimes it were pills and other drugs. But most of the time, I always went back to alcohol because alcohol was permissible in society. you could drink. I saw my parents drink. I saw other people drink. They were having fun. And when I started with the drugs and everything, I never wanted to come down. I never wanted to feel the pain of everything else. The looking back again, I'm trying to drown out the feelings of feeling bad. I wanted to keep that high, that grasping, that high, that good feeling, what I thought was good feeling. I didn't know that I was making myself miserable. College, adult life, drinking and driving, reckless driving, alcohol related. And to bring it to now, it was, look, I'm older. I say this to the young kids, women, whoever is involved in the substance abuse. The guys, family members, lawyers, doctors, everybody is affected by it. Some can handle it, and I tip my hat off to you guys. I can't do it. Because once I start, I'm off and running. I have to take more. The liquor gets me to this space that I drown the pain. Now I feel invincible, and I start taking more liquor, and whoever offers me something, I take it again. So I just don't start. Now, to get out of that, I started with a step program. That's what helped me. There's a lot of help out there. There's mental health, there's therapists, there's rehabs. I've been to 2 rehabs. I've worked into 2 rehabs. I was a counselor there. I became a nurse, and I retired as a nurse. But during my whole course of life, really young, and I'm still talking about it, the common denominator has been alcohol. Alcohol is my big thing, a substance. I could take anything that you give me and take it to the next level. I'm going to try to make this video short, maybe 10 minutes, I hope. But if not, I'll continue on another video at another time. And what I did was, I learned every time I relapsed, and a lot of this is going to be relapse. Every time I relapsed, I had to pick myself back up. And that's what the rehabs taught me. I needed space. I needed space, and I needed people, places, and things to go away from me. So I went into rehab, and I went to one rehab for almost 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I did well, became a counselor, and I became a wood shop and print shop counselor for the rehab. But I always left, and I did my program. I had my tools, but always thought deep down inside, without my realization, that, hey, I could always start and do it a little bit at a time. I could drink a little bit socially. I can. It took me this long to realize that I cannot drink just a little bit. So the latest, I should say, I stayed clean for about 25 years without using any substance, anything at all. Then life happened, and I felt the pain again, but the pain that I felt was not a physical pain, but it was heart pain. It was a relationship pain. And everything was falling apart around me. And that was major. I didn't see it coming, or if I did see it coming, I kept drowning it with alcohol. And it brought me to this place. Now I'm 7 years clean. I do these videos since I came out 7 years ago to keep it in the forefront of my mind, my thinking. And the number one thing that's helped me out is understanding that alcohol is a poison. Okay, it'll tear up your body slowly. You will pay the price, maybe not now when you start, maybe later down the years. It affects your brain, it affects your liver, it affects your kidneys, it affects your lungs, it affects everything in your body. And slowly, each part of your body absorbs the alcohol a little bit at a time. So with me, I was drinking, this is modestly, 2/5 of vodka, but I was drinking everything else. If somebody handed me rum and coke or handed me whiskey, I would drink it. I'd down it. It wasn't a zip. It wasn't wine a zip. I had to drink the whole thing. So, as you can see, I'm Puerto Rican, so I speak with my hands. It doesn't matter nationality. It does not matter sexual orientation. It doesn't matter what type of business you're in, what type of job you do. It affects everybody. I've seen every realm of the working field addicted to something. When on October 31st, 2015, which was hopefully, and I take it one day at a time, when people tell me, I tell them, yeah, 7 years, but it's these 24 hours of the day that I count. At my anniversary, I'll say, yes, 7 years, so on and so forth. As many years as I keep completing, and I have to keep that in my mind. These are little reminders for me, doing my spiritual meditation, creating a space of calmness in my house. It's not necessarily I got rid of the people that I used to hang out with. People that I used to drink heavily with started going away. So I was left by myself. And that was hard for me, because when I would go someplace, everybody was drinking, having a good time, and I thought, well, I associated having a good time with drinking. Not until I started doing some steps and to improve my life. And after I got rid of the people, places, and things, which is hard, I started with my telephone. All my old friends that I used to associate, that I would drink with all the time, I deleted on social media platform and stuff like that until I got my head together. During the time of using, I ruined relationships. I ruined relationships with women. I ruined relationships with men. I ruined relationships with my kids. It was not until this that they saw a progress, that they saw that my actions were louder than my words. Oh, I'm going to stay clean, I'm going to do fine, I'm going to do fine. It didn't work that way. They were so proud when I did 25 years, but it got to my head. So I take it a day at a time. That's what I do. And I started getting a group of people that supported my decision, that knew what I was about. Once I forgave myself for everything that I did to everyone, it got a little easier, because no one out there in the world outside of me can hurt me more than I can hurt myself. Now listen to that. Nobody outside of me can hurt me more than I can hurt myself. If somebody asks me, why do you drink? Are you an alcoholic? And I say, no, I just don't want to drink. I'm doing the same thing as I was doing when I was drinking and taking drugs, trying to hide it. Don't let anybody know. No, I put it right out there. If you don't like it, that's fine. Move on. That means you don't support me. So that's the way you weed people out. If people keep pushing, have an escape plan. Go, have your car, get someone that you go to a party with that's sober, 2 of your friends that are sober, that don't drink, that want to have a good time. Hang out with them. When it's time to go, when you feel that uncomfortability in you, pack up and go. Say hi, bye to everyone. See you tomorrow. And keep moving that foot, those feet forward, out the door. Move it out the door. That feeling that you feel uncomfortable, it'll go away like that. It'll go away that quick. And it gets easier the more you do it. Because don't forget, it took me years to become an alcoholic, to become an addict. So it's going to take me time to get all my defects out. I think I'm perfect. I know I'm controlling. And since I stopped drinking, all those bad feelings have diminished. I don't argue as much. I look at you. I might agree. I might say what I have to say, but do I have to say it at that moment? Maybe we could come back and have an adult talk and share my opinion. You might not agree with it, but I got it off my chest. And that's what was important to me. Once I got used to not having pain, bad emotions, debt, rejection, not being part of a group, and feeling that pain and running right away to something that I knew was comfortable, which was alcohol and drugs, I sat with it. I made a phone call. I called my people, say, hey, I'm in a bad space. They understood, and it never mattered what time they called. It doesn't matter to me when I tell them, hey, you can text me, let me know if something's going on, and I would be more than happy to talk you through it. Hopefully it helps, but you have to be strong enough. And as for relationships, try to concentrate. If you're going to stop drinking, concentrate on yourself first before you go get in a relationship and you say, well, if I had a partner in my life, I could do better because that partner doesn't drink. No, it doesn't work that way, or if you have another ex-addict at that time and you're both recovering and you're new to recovery, two dead bodies, two dead batteries cannot start a car. So somebody has to be strong, and that makes it awkward for one keep growing, the other one stays down, doesn't like what's happening, and it goes up and down. So you have to be sure of yourself, of what you want, where you want to go, set your goals, keep your goals, and you will do fine. It gets easier. I'm not telling anybody this is easy. This is very hard. Anything good is hard. You got to work for it. And this is the work that I do. All the time, I have to keep all this in my mind. And it gets, let me tell you, I've been so calm, I could sit down and talk to you. Or right now, I could be in a bar drinking. Coming back, couldn't care less of anybody, of myself first, to care about anyone other than myself. I couldn't care about your feelings. I thought I was just the strongest guy. Yeah, I worked out everything, I did my self-defense, all that good stuff. But it wasn't about that. My best defense is my mind. And that's what you have to get yourself in tune through. Gather yourself some good people that understand what alcoholism and addiction is, that are actively working towards something. You find a goal. If you get into your head and you start getting depressed, try. Get a therapist, seek medical help if you feel that you need it. And it's up to you. I can't call you an alcoholic. You have to call yourself an alcoholic. And that's like the first step. You have to admit who you are. And once you admit and you accept who you are, you forgive yourself, you keep on moving forward. But you have to keep that. You do that one step about admitting who you are for the rest of your life. Yes, I'm an alcoholic. There's people out there that says, oh, I tried doing steps and stuff like that, but it didn't work. Well, you have to give it a chance. It's not going to work in 2 weeks. It's not going to work in 1 week. You have to keep going. 90 minutes, they say, what's said in all, whatever fellowship you decide to go to, 90 minutes in 90 days, 90 meetings in 90 days. Read the big book, get a sponsor. All that comes in together, and you're stronger. You'll be stronger to conquer things that come out. Use your knowledge. Parents and friends, they have their own shit that they go through. They don't realize it. When I say to someone, how you doing? I'm opening up the door for you to talk to me. But most of the time, people say, how you doing? And the answer they expect is fine. Think about that. You say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing okay. Oh, I'm having a little problem with my kids. Oh, I have a little problem with my husband or my wife. You know, if somebody opens up the door, talk to them. Say, can we maybe get together for a cup of coffee and I can talk to you more because I really need some help. If they're willing to help you, they will show up. If not, get somebody else. There's so many people in this world. There's so many groups in this world. Yeah, all you have to do is go to an airport, and if you're going to Spain, all you have to say, Bill W. to the phone, and they come because there's so many of us there. They come and they say, cool, we're going to see. What do you need? You need any help? And it's, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised maybe your friends that you know that might not be drinking or don't socialize with you anymore, that they're doing something better for themselves, something healthier. So I'm going to end this, and I also want to say thank you for following what I'm doing with my jacket back here. I'm going to post a little more videos. I should be finished within a week because I take my time doing it. I just pray for everyone out there, the mothers with children, that they're all by themselves, and the children and the fathers. The kids are driving you crazy, so you do that hiding the wine bottle and you're drinking during the day before your husband comes, and then your husband is either drinking, comes in, and you all blow up, or you have a father or some relative that comes in and acts like an ass. Those are the times that you have to work really hard and move away. I've gotten rid of, excuse me, not that I gotten rid of, I separated myself from toxic relationships. If I knew that I'm going to get into the same, and I can't expect a different answer if I know that person. So why am I going to put myself in that situation? I avoid it. That's how I am, because you're not going to change. I can't change anything that I see out of my eyes, but I can change and work at it what I see out of my eyes. I mean, what it's inside of me. Sorry about that. I'm over here trying to think of everything to say. Well, I want to thank you again. Please follow, subscribe, hit that notification button. And you guys stay sober one day at a time. That's 24 hours. Doing a minute at a time if you have to. But you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. All right? Thanks a lot.